we are going to study the product of vectors today. Vectors etc. we have already studied. Addition of vectors we have done. Subtraction of vector we have done. So new concept in vector, that is multiplication of vectors, right? So if A and B are two vectors, then vector multiplication is given by first is called scalar product, and the second one is called vector product. If A and B are two vectors, then A dot B is called scalar product. Of course, scalar product of these two vectors. Now, how is it being defined? A dot B, the basic definition of this, A and B are the vectors, where A is the magnitude of this vector and B is the magnitude of another vector B, and this is cos theta, right? So A dot B, vector A dot vector B is represented by AB cos theta, where this A and this B is the magnitude of the vector A and B respectively. And what is theta? Where theta is the angle between A vector and B vector. And this angle theta is less than 180 degree. For example, suppose this is the vector A and this is the vector B, or this is A and this is B. So this angle, this A and B, these two vectors are making two angles. One this angle, another this angle. So we will take the smaller angle. So this will be taken as theta. Angle between these two vectors is theta. This vector, the bigger one, this will not be considered, but the smaller angle will be considered. So I will just clean it. So angle between the vectors is taken as the smaller one, and this should be less than 180 degree, right? So this is we can write it is mod of vector A also, and this is mod of vector B also. Mod of vector A, it is the magnitude of A represented by small a, magnitude of vector B represented by small b, and cos of theta. This is called the first one, it is scalar product. First one is scalar product. The scalar product is represented in this manner. Second one, this is vector product. Actually, scalar product is easier to understand. Up to this you have understood, and you can find the product of any vector given. But vector product, it is called cross product also. Cross product. And this is called dot product. Scalar product or dot product of two vectors, vector product or cross product of these two vectors. It is very important to understand. Understanding cross product of vector is very important, and there is certain concept in this. Suppose this is the vector A and another vector B, as I have told you in this case, and the angle between these two is theta. So cross product is represented as A cross B, right, is equal to the magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B, and this is sine theta, and one unit vector I put. Understand this, is very important. A cross B. A cross B means from A to B we are turning from A to B. This is called A cross B. That is equal to magnitude of the vector A, then magnitude of the vector B, sine theta again. Theta is the angle between these two vectors, and one unit vector. What is the unit vector? The vector whose magnitude is 1. That is called the unit vector. And the direction of this is very important to understand. This unit vector will be directed, which will be perpendicular direction, perpendicular to A as well as B. This can be understood this way. Suppose here A and B, these two vectors are lying in this plane. So the direction of A cross B will be perpendicular to this plane. Means it will be like this. It will be either outside the board or inside the board. The direction I will explain later. That A cross B means it will be perpendicular to the plane in which vector A and vector B are lying. Right? So there may be two directions. Either it will be outside the board or inside the board. So in which direction A cross B will be, that will be decided by right hand screw rule. So that I will explain you. So basically this we understand. A cross B is defined as magnitude of A multiplied by magnitude of B sine theta, and this unit vector n, direction of this is perpendicular to the plane containing these two vectors. So this can further be written as A cross B. This is cross, that is A B sine theta and unit vector n. This way also it can be represented. So what is the direction of n? So to understand this, right hand screw rule, that is, suppose if you are putting the screw over here, if you are turning clockwise, screw goes inside. See, this is the screw, can be put like this. Now we are turning it this way. This clockwise turning I am giving it to the screw, that it will go inside. It means when we are taking vector from B to A, then the direction will be inside. Here we are taking A to B, means we are turning anti-clockwise. This way we are turning from A to B, turning anti-clockwise. So screw will come out. So for A cross B, the direction will be perpendicular to this board, but it will be outside. So what is the direction of n? It is perpendicular to the board and outside. It is decided by right hand screw rule. So screw is put, turn anti-clockwise like this. So direction will be, screw will be coming out. This will tell the direction of A cross B. Direction of A cross B means direction of unit vector n. Is it clear? Now, if theta is 90 degree, so cos 90 is 0. If A and B, these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, so I will write over here. If first one, if theta is equal to 90 degree then A dot B is equal to magnitude of A and magnitude of B cos 90 degree, and we know cos 90 is 0. It means when two vectors are making 90 degree with each other, their dot product will become 0. Then what about cross product? A cross B. See, A cross B is a vector. That is why I have put unit vector over here. If I am taking mod of A cross B, first I will write like this, then I will put mod, is equal to A B sine theta into unit vector. And direction of unit vector is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. क्लियर है? चलो अब इसका मैग्नीट्यूड निकालते हैं बेटा. मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ ए क्रॉस बी. ठीक है, अब ये देखो, ये तो स्केलर क्वांटिटी मैग्नीट्यूड ही. ठीक है, सो आई विल राइट लाइक दिस, दैट इज इक्वल टू ए बी साइन थीटा and magnitude of this is 1 because it is unit vector. Magnitude of unit vector is 1. So this is AB sine theta. Now if theta is 90 degree, therefore mod of A cross B is equal to AB sine 90 degree. That is equal to AB. Right? Magnitude of A cross B when they are making 90 degree, then it will be AB. If it is 0, if theta is equal to 0 degree, therefore mod of A cross B is equal to AB sine 0 degree, and sine 0 is 0. So when two vectors A and B are making 0 degree angle with each other, then their magnitude of cross product will be equal to 0. Or A cross B will be a 0 vector. A cross B, it is a vector. Here I have taken magnitude. It is a 0 vector it is. That is why I put arrow at the top. If you are taking magnitude of this, they will become 0. So this relation you have to remember. It is very important. And what about if theta is 0? If theta is 90 degree, then what about dot product? A dot B, that is equal to AB cos 0 degree. That is equal to AB, simply because cos 0 is 1. So therefore A dot B, that is equal to AB when theta is 0 degree. If I, J and K, I am putting cat. Cat means this indicates these are the unit vectors. Are unit vectors along positive direction of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively. Okay. These are the three vectors I, J, K. They are unit vectors, and I have taken these vectors along. It is the customary. This is the convention. These unit vectors are chosen in the positive direction of x, y, and z axis respectively. See, it can be represented like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. So unit vector along this is I, along this is J, and along this is, and of course what is the angle between these? This is 90 degree. Angle between this is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. Means angle between I and J is 90 degree. I and K is 90 degree, and J and K is 90 degree. Now we will look at the dot product and cross product of these unit vectors. So very simple, I dot J, it is 90 degree. So magnitude of I is 1, magnitude of J is 1 because it is unit vector, and cos 90 degree, and cos 90 is 0. So I will say I dot J is 0. Likewise, J dot K is equal to 0, and K dot I, unit vectors, is equal to 0. Very important relation. Similarly, I cross J. I cross J will be what? I cross J, you see, cross product, it is a vector product. So I cross J, turning anti-clockwise movement, I to J, I to J. So I cross J means magnitude of I into magnitude of J into sine of angle between these two, 90 degree, into unit vector in the direction of the vector I cross J. I cross J direction is these two. If they are lying on this anti-clockwise, this will be outside, and means along the Z axis. You see, this, if X is lying on this, Y is lying on this plane, so I to J, it will be anti-clockwise movement of the screw, means it will be coming outside, right? So that is the direction of Z, that is unit vector. I will be putting over here, that is K, because I had put unit vector N in case of A cross B. समझ में आ रही है ना बात? क्लियर है ना कि A क्रॉस B में यूनिट वेक्टर जो हमने N रखा था उसका डायरेक्शन क्या था? Perpendicular to the plane in which A and B both are lying. So here I cross J के लिए I to J, the direction of I cross J will be towards K. So this is 1, sine 90 is 1, therefore I cross J is equal to K. Likewise, J cross K, J cross K is equal to I. J cross K is equal to I, and K cross I is equal to J. And K cross I is equal to J. So it is a very important relation. It will be used at various places, right? Now, any vector can be represented in terms of magnitude of the vector in the direction of, or you may say component of that vector in the direction of X, Y and Z axis. So any vector A can be represented as AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. Likewise, the vector B can be represented as BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. Now we will look at the dot product of these two vectors and the cross product. So A dot B, right? It can be written as AXI plus AYJ plus AZK dot BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. I dot J is 0. So I dot I, what will be this? I dot I is angle between these two is 0, cos 0 is 1, so this will be equal to 1. J dot J, that is equal to 1. K dot K, this is also equal to 1. Why is it 1? I dot I is magnitude of I, magnitude of another I, cos of angle between I. The same vector is there, it means angle between I and I is 0, cos 0 is 1, so 1 into 1 into 1 is 1, right? Similarly, here you look at I cross I, here it will be 0, J cross J is equal to 0, and K cross K, that is equal to 0. Why will it be 0? Because angle between these two I and I is 0, because both are in the same direction, I, same vector, so angle is 0, so sine 0 is 0. So this is very important relation, you should remember. This I am going to apply over here. So if you multiply AX into BX I dot I, AX into BX I dot I dot I is 1. So this will become 1. Similarly, AY and BY, AY, BY, J dot J, that is equal to 1 plus AZ, BZ, K dot K is again 1. Rest of the terms will become 0. ध्यान से देखो कि I को इससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, J डॉट I और I डॉट J, it is commutative, so I डॉट J is 0. बाकी के सभी टर्म्स 0 हो जाएंगे, that is A dot B is equal to this. Vector that is A cross B, that is equal to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK cross BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. If you are making the cross product of these two, then the result can be written in this form. This you will do, and if you are not able to do, then I'll solve it for you. IJK, AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ in the determinant form. If you are taking the cross product of this and this concept you will be using over here, you will get finally this result. So this way, dot product and cross product, I have told you, basic concept is made clear. Number of numerical problems will be solved later. Till then, bye, good night.